with a home surveillance order after having been in contact with someone who had contracted COVID-19 at a premise she had visited. Dear audience, as we approach the endemic phase, we must not neglect the importance of contact tracing. Contact tracing is done mostly via the MySejahtera app. The process includes checking in and checking out of premises. As mentioned earlier, failure to check out on the MySejahtera app can have dire consequences. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ibiken Technology is here to solve the problem. So let the Ibiken do your work. What is Ibiken Technology? The Ibiken Technology can be broken down into three parts: the software, the bridge, and the hardware. Let's start with the software. The Ibiken Technology can be used by any type of software application in our smartphone. These software applications can be either from an Android operating system or iPhone operating system. Next, we have the bridge, which is the Ibiken protocol that lets the software to communicate with the hardware. The hardware used in this technology is a beacon. A beacon is a device that can transmit Bluetooth Low Energy, the BLE. So each beacon has a unique identifier which is used in the identification process in the software application. In other words, the software application installed in our smartphone uses the Ibiken protocol to receive the Bluetooth Low Energy transmission from any beacon which carries the unique identifier, the ID. Thus, once the application receives the ID, the cloud server of the software application will verify the ID and recognizes the beacon's area instantly. This protocol can be embedded into the MySejahtera application. With this, the user only requires to enable Bluetooth on their smartphone and the beacon will do the job for you. All over the premise with a range between 10 and 30 meters. When a user steps into a radius of a beacon, he or she will be automatically checked in via the MySejahtera application. Consequently, when the user exits the radius of the beacon, he or she will be automatically checked out in the MySejahtera application. In addition to that, the Ibiken technology can also be used for navigating, advertising, and also interactive learning. To put this into perspective, the technology can be expanded to indoor navigation, which has been a limitation for GPS technology. For advertisements and learning, this technology will remove the need of scanning a QR code to access a website. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ibiken technology simplifies our current processes by automating the manual steps of the existing processes, such as the scanning QR codes and checking out in MySejahtera. This technology is the future of the world of automation. To sum things up, I would like to say it again. Let the Ibiken do your work. Thank you.
All right, so what do you guys think about that? Let's go through her video production. Yeah, so let's go through her slide first. Okay. Okay. Very impressive. Okay, so we're getting great reviews on yours, Wida, but you're not here to see it. In the green screen. Yeah. So I have to applaud. I mean, kudos to whoever helped her on her slide, or she did it herself. Not impossible, but her slide was just awesome, right? She showed the mechanism of her work, and it was just easy to digest. And she had all these taglines like, "Ibiken will do your work." So from there, you know, oh, it's something that will help you. Okay, and then and you can just tell what she's doing, and it doesn't take that long for you to digest her slide. And I like how she positioned herself at a corner that does not overlap her slide. So these things will give you some points and will look very appealing to the audience, and it will be easy for on the eyes. Okay, so that's great. Maybe you guys can consider that in coming presentations. Okay, so that's that. Let's look at her delivery. I think her intonation was great. Okay, she did come off as like a professional speaker, right? Like or more of a politician in a way. Like she's like this minister, right? Who's like telling you, hey, citizens, this is great for them. And that's the vibe that I'm getting, which is totally fine. And that it became like that because she showed some kind of confidence through in her presentation. Okay? And that is good. So, no one knows that you are nervous. No one knows that you actually practice this 1,000 times and you can't sleep for 10 nights because of this presentation. No one knows that. And no one has to know. So don't show it, just be confident and present. I know it's easier said than done, but just think of it that way. Oh, and here's a tip. If you're presenting live, right, physically in front of us, an audience, if you're presenting on stage and you get stage fright, this is something that I would do. It might not be appropriate, but imagine that the audience is doing something funny. For example, maybe they're wearing something funny. They're wearing clown costumes. Imagine that in your head. Or imagine them not wearing anything, or just in the end, I don't know, just something funny for you not to feel intimidated, for you to feel like, these are just common people. They're not going to eat me. And it will calm the nerves a bit. You can use that. That's the IEP. So you can do that whenever you feel nervous in presenting on stage. Okay, so okay, let's go through her script. What do you guys think about her script? Well, did she address her problem? Yes, right? All of us have problems in signing out my Sejahtera. Sometimes I forget to sign out my Sejahtera. I don't have to do it now because I'm not in Malaysia. But yeah, it's a problem that all of us are facing. Sorry, and it's sad that someone who wanted to go abroad couldn't because she forgot to do that. And it's awesome that her solution is an automated one. So now we can appreciate her solution. And when she explained the solution, it did come off a bit technical. Like she was talking about beacons and, blue applications and whatnot. So how do you simplify this? You can actually use an analogy to help you simplify these methods. And it's a good thing that for you to consider because people want to appreciate your work. If you, I'm not sure if you've watched my video of my 3MP. So what I was working on before was to develop a dengue sensor. So I used optical fibers and yeah. So when I say optical fibers, some people won't be able to understand what that is. What is it that I do? And I immobilize antibodies on the optical fibers. People get lost. What is she doing? So instead of saying it in that term, I use an analogy for people to understand. So I think we're running out of time. You may check out my video on YouTube and see what the analogy that I used. And I hope that shines some ideas for you in the future whenever you have to explain something very technical. Okay, so imagine like you're a lecturer and you are explaining something technical to yourself. How would you want your lecturer to explain it to you? That is something to consider. If your lecturer goes, oh, the Y, Z, blah, 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 you won't be able to understand. But so how are you going to simplify that and apply that onto your presentation? So that's one tip that I will give for you. What else in Wide Up? She did come off a bit strong in my opinion. Like her tone was very loud, her projection, it was great, but it did come off as monotonous at one point. and it may strain the audience to listen. You know, sometimes the audience may get tired when someone is so like strong. So sometimes you just have to calm it down a bit in some parts of your presentation and go back up. You know, these kind of dynamics will attract your audience again, will improve the engagement with your audience. All right, so that is, we have successfully reviewed 5 videos. Thank you very much, you guys, for helping me out. Here's something that I want you guys to bear in mind. Great speakers are not born, they are trained, okay? So even I myself, I don't consider myself as a good speaker, but I do know that I did become better through trainings. So if you feel like you're not a great speaker, don't feel down about it. Know that you can improve through trainings. And training doesn't mean you have to have a coach. Of course, I mean, like, you know, a coach where you pay the coach. No, you don't have to do that. You can watch YouTube videos, or if you find someone, a friend who inspires you to be a great speaker, you can ask her for some tips. A good way to see where you are is by presenting it to those around you, like your mom, your sister, those who doesn't know what you're doing. You know, present them to them your idea and see what their feedback is. Do they understand what you're talking about? Will they appreciate it? That kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that is it for today. Do you guys have any questions that you want me to address? I'm sorry if I didn't get to review your videos, but if you want some tips or anything, I think we have like 5 minutes to do so. If you have any questions, you can just type in or unmute your mic. And I'm like here to help. If not, if we don't get to address them in this session, I am going to share to you my email address in the chat box. You can email me your question, or if say you advance into the grand finale and you need my help or you need my opinion, you can just contact me via my email, and I will try my best to help, since I'm not a judge anyways, right? So, so yeah. Do you guys have any questions? Going once, going twice, and no. So again, guys, thank you so much for your attention, and thank you for being here. I hope I've helped you in your presentation in the future. So I'm gonna pass this back to the moderator for them to end it.
Hi, the moderator is me. I'm replacing Fikri.
Oh,
so can we take like a picture? Group photo? Yep. And if you can turn on your videos, I would appreciate that. If you can, if you cannot, it's okay. Okay, I'm going to start snapping. Okay, turn on your videos if you can. Okay, 1, 2, smile. Okay, 1, please hold your smile. Okay, next one. Okay, 1, 2, smile. Okay, done. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Yasmin, for your very valuable insights. I hope everyone can take note of the suggestions that she made for each video and incorporate that into your own presentation. And the participants for the grand finale will be announced after this workshop via email. So please wait for that. Okay, thank you, everyone. Take care.
thank you. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye.